Hey, Shira Phoenix. Um, I thought I was recording when I shuffled, but I wasn't, so I'm gonna have to do this all over again. It's my second time trying to get this message out. So maybe somebody doesn't want you to hear what I have to say, but we have roots, which is healthy patterns, early growth, soil, which is stability, simplicity, winter, and ending, recharging, reflection, rosemary, remembrance, loyalty, faithfulness, hearth, safety, comfort, spiritual connection, snow, rest and contemplation, mouse agate, positivity, change, sage, wisdom, purification, harmony, butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty, transience, and seeds, new ideas, hope, open mindedness. Like I was saying before I realized I wasn't recording, somebody might be in a waiting period. Not necessarily waiting, but a growth period. Maybe you've done all the work. Sorry. You've been reaping all year, and now it's time for you to. You've been sowing all year, and now it's time for you to reap the benefits of that. Maybe someone decided, I'm gonna be a little bit closer with Source or God or Universe, whatever you decide to call them. You've been doing that all year. Maybe you're a reader and you weren't too sure about, I don't know, your skill. So you've been refining that all year. Maybe you're getting over the fear of, being seen or talking on the camera. Maybe somebody has speech issues because I've been stuttering and unable to read. like, like I wasn't a spelling bee champion and book report writing ass motherfucking kid. I mean, when you're a kid, it's mandatory for you. It was mandatory for you to read books and do book reports on what you read, but I don't know what they doing these days. I kind of don't care. I don't have any kids, so why do I give a damn about what's going? Actually, somebody's learning who the fuck they are and what they are capable of. Maybe you need to cleanse your home, your energy. Maybe not even the whole home. Maybe just the front door. Maybe just the threshold. Maybe there's something about the threshold. I feel like you've been dealing with a whole bunch of different energies. And maybe if you cleanse yourself before stepping across the threshold, or maybe, cleanse yourself and instead of walking through the threshold regularly, turn around and walk in backwards. That way you leave all that negativity, all that energy, everything that you endured while you were outside, you leave that outside. Like I was saying, someone is changing for the better. They're learning to integrate. They're learning to integrate their shadow with the light, their feminine with the masculine. Somebody might be getting ready to step into a relationship. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know why I'm channeling this, but maybe the love is transformative, healing. He pushes you to be better. She pushes you to be better. You push them to be better. You're building healthy habits like discipline, prayer, change of diet, exercise, walking more, shit, even playing with your, like, making a habit to play with your pets when you don't feel like being bothered with anybody. That will, that'll bring you some kind of joy. Like I was saying, prayer. If you feel lost, maybe you should talk to your spirit guides. But anyway, I think that's the message, you guys. I'm gonna head on into giving you guys an herb and well, the two herbs. Well, yeah, the two herbs that came out during the pool are rosemary and sage. Starting with rosemary. Shit, sorry. Um, Rosemary symbolic meanings: affectionate remembrance, attraction of love, constancy, death, fidelity, fire element, friendship, love, loyalty, memory, power of rekindling extinct energy, remembrance, restore balance of domestic power, vitality, wedding herb, possible powers, abundance, advancement, conscious will, divination, emotions, energy, exorcism, fertility, fire element, friendship, generation, growth, healing, inspiration, intuition, joy, leadership, life, light, love, love, charm, lust, masculine energy, mental clarity or power, moon, natural power, protection from illness, psychic ability, purification, repels a witch or nightmares, sea, sleep, subconscious mind, success, sun, tides, travel by water, water element, you. Folklore and facts. Rosemary is native to the Mediterranean. It can grow into a large bush, large enough to prune into topiary farms. It has needle-like leaves and blue, pink, purple, or white flowers, and is extremely fragrant when simply brushing past it. Rosemary was first mentioned on a stone tablet in cuneiform glyphs that date back to 5000 BCE. To fragrance the house during the holidays, rosemary was commonly strewn upon the floor during the Middle Ages. Stepping upon it would release a pleasant aroma while also perfuming the hems of long gowns and robes. It is believed that anyone who smells the aroma of rosemary on Christmas Eve will have happiness throughout the coming year. Since ancient times, when the practice was started in Greece, rosemary has been used in both funeral and marriage rituals. Students in ancient Greece would tuck sprigs of rosemary behind the ear or in their hair to enhance their memories during academic exams. Rosemary has been liberally used in wedding flowers because the plant was thought to encourage the bridal couple to remember and stay true to their marriage vows. It was believed that one would fall in love if touched on the finger by a sprig of rosemary. A sprig of rosemary under the pillow is supposed to be a remedy for nightmares. Back in the time of ancient Egypt, rosemary was part of funeral rituals and also used in the embalming process. In medieval times, it was thought that one must be righteous to grow rosemary in their own garden. In Australia, a sprig of rosemary is worn on Anzac Day to remember the war dead of world, but no, to remember the war they were won. Rosemary is supposedly grossly evil spirits. Like I'm saying, someone need to pray. Talk to your spirit guides. Talk to source. Whatever you believe in. Be sure to plant rosemary in a garden that is intended to please fairies. In the Middle Ages, a newlywed couple would plant a branch of rosemary. If the branch did not thrive, it was a bad omen for the marriage and the family. A rosemary plant on each side of an entry door to a home is said to repel witches. A popular rosemary scented perfume known as Hungry Water was, was distilled back in the 14th century. I don't know why. I've never smelled it before, but I was getting to say that it smells amazing. Anyway, rosemary essential oil for aromatherapy can be helpful for remembering and for remaining alert. Rosemary essential oil is used to add fragrance to soap and other toiletry products. To preserve youth, make a box from rosemary wood to open and smell from time to time. Fresh rosemary sprigs are regularly used to flavor foods, most especially roasted meat. The leaves can be dried and added to infused olive oil to use for dipping bread. The dried leaves can be also ground into a powder to be used to season foods without having the needle-like leaves in the dish. Rosemary can easily be raised in pots that are grown in a sunny spot outside or inside the home. We have sage, symbolic meanings, agelessness, air element, alleviate grief, domestic virtue, esteem, good health, holiness, holy, immortality, Jupiter, long life, sacred, and wisdom. Possible powers, air element, artistic ability, banishes evil or negativity, business, cleanses the aura, consecration, expansion, female fidelity, great respect. God damn, women is out here cheating. Great respect, healing, holiness, honor, immorality. No, immortality. I was reading that right. Immortality, Jupiter, leadership, longevity, masculine energy, memory, politics, power, prosperity, protection, public acclaim, purification, responsibility, royalty, snakebite, snakes, success, wards off evil, wealth, wisdom, and wishing. Folklore and facts. The ancient Romans believed that sage was holy and quite powerful enough to create immortal life. It was once believed that sage would thrive only in gardens of homes controlled by a woman. Mm. Sage was often planted in cemeteries because it was believed that it would easily thrive on neglect and therefore live and grow forever. Since ancient times, sage has been used to ward off evil and more. Sage was a major ingredient in a medieval magic medicinal concoction called Four Thieves vinegar, which was supposedly used to ward off the plague. For a chance at immortality, eat sage daily throughout the month of May. If you write a wish on a sage leaf, put it under your pillow, then sleep upon it for 3 consecutive nights, and you dream of the wish coming true. It will come true. If you do not dream of that wish coming true, you must take that leaf and bury it immediately so that it brings you no harm. Native Americans and most New Agers prefer Salvia apiana for smudging. Salvia. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I said. Salvia? Somebody might be getting ready to get an engagement ring. I don't know why, but I was thinking silver. Or a necklace, maybe even earrings. I don't know, but silver is prominent. Native Americans and most New Agers were Salvia apiana for smudging. However, the energy from burning any other sage species, such as Salvia officinalis, is still the same. Although the fragrance when burning sage officinalis for smudge smoke isn't quite as pleasant, even so in a pinch. Most especially in a negative energy emergency, any sage can certainly be used for blessing and cleansing the negative energy from any space as a smudge, wash, or sachet. Salvia officinalis, officinalis, I don't know why this word is fucking me up. Essential oil is readily available and can also be mixed into rainwater, natural spring water, or distilled for a shake and spray infusion for cleansing an area of negative energy as a substitute for sacred sage. Well, this has been Phoenix Reads. If any of you want to book a reading, my email address is in the bio. Don't forget to like and follow, or at least comment. Have a good day, you guys.